I damn well for sure will be at the reception. But now let's talk a little NFL football. Are the Lions going to draft Tua? Oh, no, that wasn't on the topic, was it? We've done that every other day. No. You saw, well, we've all seen it, but the rules or the playoff format for the NFL, apparently, if it's agreed to what the Players Association March 18th or something, if they ratify their new agreement, it appears that the NFL will add a playoff team, one wild card to each conference, raising playoff teams from 12 to 14, giving the Lions two more chances or one more chance not to make the playoffs.
Yeah, so there's no longer going to be two byes. There's only going to be one bye to the team in each conference with the best seed.
Correct.
And then on
if it gets ratified,
weekend,
yes.
On that Saturday and Sunday, you'll have 3 games instead of 2 games on each day.
I like it.
And it gives you a chance to make the postseason. I think more postseason teams, the better, especially if you live in Detroit.
Right. So as it is right now, 12 of 32 teams make the playoffs. This would be 14 of 32, which is getting pretty damn close to 50% of the teams making it. Similar to like the NHL and the NBA. I like it. I do. And not just because, maybe the Lions can get in. No, but because it only adds 2 more games to the playoffs. And they will be on that wild card weekend to make it from 2 to 3 games each day. That's awesome, isn't it?
I'm all for the regular season. And this would help the regular season because how many times, especially as a Lion fan, are you watching this year alone? You're watching in week 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, and 17, and you got no shot. The games don't even matter. If you at least add a playoff team to both conferences, it makes regular season at least a little more interesting because more teams are still in it, so I'm for it.
By mathematics, more teams would be in it late in the season, for sure. Here's the caveat. Also open for discussion. Separately, wouldn't happen this year, but could happen as well, would be expanding the regular season from 16 to 17 games. And to that, I say, hells to the no.
But hold on a
Hells no.
What if I could entice you by saying there'd be one less preseason game?
No, that's going down no matter what. That's not a trade-off.
Then what about this? What about do 2 less preseason games? So what if I could tell you only had to sit through 2 lousy preseason games, but you got an extra NFL regular season week?
No, I'm not making that trade. I want
I totally would make that trade.
Well, no, I want 2 fewer preseason games no matter what.
No, but that's not going to happen.
Why do you have to add a 17th game? Just to make up the
you make up the money that you're not going to get from one of the preseason games.
How much more money are you going to get having an extra playoff game with all that TV revenue?
That's true, but you got to make the playoffs and you got to be at home anyhow. I understand what you're saying, but
no,
I see in my book we wait and wait and wait for football. I already miss it because I don't like the XFL. I mean, it's okay, but I haven't
really watched it much.
Okay,
yeah.
So just think about one more week of meaningful football. How is that a bad idea?
Well, first of all,
maybe you get another bye out of the deal. I don't know.
Well, they would. If they did 17 games, there would be 2 byes. So there'd be 2 sad Sundays that you couldn't watch your Lions.
But you get to watch every other team, or you can make your plans for those Sundays.
All right, 248-539-9797. Ticket text 97136. We're all NFL fans, regardless of what the Lions do. Everybody loves their pro football. A, the extra playoff team to each conference. B, 17-game schedule. No to 17-game schedule for 2 major reasons. Number 1, it's an odd number. Someone either gets 9 home games or every team plays a neutral site game. Like every team will play a game in Toronto or Mexico City or London. That's lame, okay? Those games always feel off.
Trying to grow the game.
No. So that's lame. And number 2 major reason not to do a 17-game schedule, I can never pick the Lions to go 8-8 again.
See, that's a valid point.
That's my fallback.
That is a valid point.
I mean, 8-8-1 we could shoot for.
And by the way, 7-9 doesn't exist either, so 7-10 sounds so much worse.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And it doesn't sound right. It sounds like 16 is right.
But it would screw up the record books too, you know.
Exactly. Oh, 1,000 yards rushing. Everybody in the league would rush for 1,000 yards,
Well,
right?
except for the Lions running back.
Well, yeah, that goes without saying.
Everybody else would.
All right, so where do you
No,
stand
but
on
hold
this?
on a sec, because
what?
I want to sell you on this.
Okay.
On the 17 games, and you're right, half the league or maybe every team would have a neutral site game to make up because it is uneven for home and away games. But what if you did, especially here on the East Coast, when they play the little game in London? I like that it starts at 9 o'clock. Hold on. You get one at 9 o'clock, then you get one at 1 o'clock, then you got the 4 o'clock game, and then you have the Sunday Night Football game. That, for the people, especially with kids, that want to wake up and start watching football immediately instead of having to wait till 12 or 1 o'clock, that would be worth it in itself.
No, not 9 a.m.
You get 4 time slots.
No, because then Sunday, that cuts into my church-going time, and that really...
Right, yes. Yeah, you and Father Dominic are forging a bond.
I have not done a good show unless I've turned to my left and seen Hatchet shake his head slowly left to right at least 5 times. That was number 2 right there. All right.
Well, I mean, listen, the religion stuff's always going to get him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course it is. By the way, a quick ticket text on that previous topic. Only on sports radio would the concept to skip weddings but go to the reception even be suggested. Wojo, you're a cad. Ashley was being very restrained. She did hit me in the gut when she said she left her family and came over to my house on Thanksgiving. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll move on from that.
How dare she make you feel guilty?
I know.
Yeah.
Awful. Think on the bright side. I can't believe this is what it comes to on the 17 games. Think on the bright side. The Lions could be the first team to go 0-17. Come on. Thinking, no. Okay, but how cool does 8-8-1 sound? Very cool. Sure. Do you think the new playoff format will reinforce Quinn and Patricia's view on win now? You know what? You would have a better chance to make the playoffs.
True, and it'd be a week less, actually a week more before the Lions were mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. Think about that. I mean, this year they were eliminated, in week 10? So the new format would be week 11. That's a win.
Yeah. Listen, we can't just think in terms of how it affects your team, the Lions. Think about the injury factors. It's already a huge issue in the NFL. Although, with the rule changes, the quarterback injuries have not been seemingly as pervasive, have they?
No.
Doesn't seem like it.
No.
So perhaps that is not as big of an issue. Obviously, players, they're going to want the extra bye, so the entire season is going to be 2 weeks longer.
Which is fine.
Instead of starting like September 10th or whatever.
Start
before
earlier.
Labor Day.
Doesn't all this just kind of seem unnecessary?
Which is awesome.
Yes, it seems unnecessary.
No,
Although, you like the playoff game, though, the playoff team.
No, I think the only rule change I think would be good is 2 preseason games. I don't think you need to add another week to the season. I really don't.
You're right. If they just came out and said, listen, we're going to do 1 preseason game and we'll still have training camp like a month and a half, that'd be the greatest thing ever. Then leave everything else the same and let's go to war, because I hate the preseason. Despise.
No.
I would do whatever it takes to get rid of the preseason.
See, you all are wrong because you all are thinking just like fans and not like players. Think about what the players should want, okay? Say you get rid of just 1 preseason game and that's all you get. That's less money for them. They don't want less money. So, and then
that can be
you get
fixed
rid of
in
the
the
preseason.
CBA. Pay them more for the other ones.
It's fixed by giving an extra regular season game. That makes them more money than the preseason game makes them.
But you know who else also might not want to see preseason games go away? Is younger players trying to make teams.
That's true.
Like veterans hate it, and they don't even really play in it, so they'd be totally fine. But young players, that's the only way you can show your wares.
And do you know who I don't care about? The younger players.
Okay, fair enough.
I care about myself, okay? So
I'm a fan
give me another week.
I'm a fan of the extra game. Give me 17 games. I'm fine with it.
No,
Do you have any idea how sacred?
Unsymmetrical.
How sacred is an NFL Sunday? It's like you only get a certain amount of them. It is every Sunday is awesome.
So give me another one.
Absolutely. I'm with you.
Give me another one. And I also love the playoff expansion. I love the playoff expansion because if it would happen this past season, my Steelers would have been in the playoffs.
Oh,
But they would have
God.
lost
And the
anyhow,
Chiefs
but yes.
would not have been a Super Bowl champs because we would have beat them in the first round of the playoffs.
Oh, God.
No, we need an extra playoff. We do.
What about this? You know how NFL wants everything parity-oriented. Everybody has a shot, right? So in a 17-game schedule, half the teams get 9 home games and half get 8 home games, right? That's how it works. The worst teams in the league from the previous season, the bottom half, get the extra home game.
No.
Yes.
No, flip it around.
No.
If you don't
you're
want
trying
teams,
to balance it out. Just
if you
like
don't
the
want
worst
teams losing on purpose, then give the better teams the extra home games.
Well, teams lose on purpose anyhow to get a higher draft pick. You get the extra home game, so it's easier to go from awful to good, which is what the NFL likes.
So much more tanking, which you don't like.
I hate tanking. And would you really tank for one extra home game?
Well, you're going to tank for the draft pick, but then you also get an extra home gate out of the deal.
It would balance things out. Team and the power teams, the Patriots, well, they're not going to be power anymore, I guess, but it would be harder for teams to put together those 14-2 seasons. That kind of
it'd be impossible.
Yeah.
No, it would be.
It would be. It'd be 14-3.
Yeah. 14-3 or 15-2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah, of course.
All right, 248-539-9797. Ticket text 97136. The NFL rules adjustments, not even rules, format adjustment. Yay or nay?
And if you have your own suggestions, we'll take those as well, because this is not set in stone just yet. Like, I know at one point there was talk of an 18-game playoff or regular season. That, to me, seems way too much. Like, 17 would be the most I would go. Do you remember the one?
16 is perfect.
Do you remember the one that it was earlier, I think it was last year, where it was, we'll do 18 games, but every player on the roster at least needs 2 games off, meaning 2 of those games you could not start your starting quarterback. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, that's lame.
Now that was fun.
That's lame.
Ridiculous, but fun.
All right, we'll go to the phones at the ticket text 248-539-9797. Ticket text 97136. Rieger and Wojo on, 97.1 the ticket.